watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, Rise and Grind DMV, it's the last day of 2023 and overall shaping out to be not a bad day. It's tonight. That's when we're tracking some wet conditions. So keep it here. We'll have a full check of that forecast coming up.
And we're following the story of a fire at a Silver Spring apartment Saturday night. A look at its connection to a previous fire that happened in February. That story is up ahead. And with plenty of events to ring in the new year, we have some tips to help you stay safe and alert as you enter into 2024. And our DC News Now weather team will reach to the skies to track the weather with a weather balloon. All those details coming up next on DC News Now. But at 7 o'clock, we begin with a live look outside over the Washington Monument, looking gorgeous as the sun is starting to peak on this New Year's Eve. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us here on DC News Now. Happy New Year's Eve. I'm Tosa Fakile. Before we get to our top stories, let's head on over to weather forecaster Brittany Ward, who is here to tell you what it's going to feel like as you ring in 2024.
Yes, the last day of 2023, and we are about 26 minutes from the last sunrise of the year, but overall shaping out to be not a bad day out there. Satellite and radar showing you the last couple of hours here in the nation's capital, holding on to some high level clouds out there, but we are slowly starting to see some peaks of sunshine across portions of the DMV. Now, widening satellite and radar out to show you the overall picture. Further off to our north and our west, there is a system over the Great Lakes right now that's given portions of Ohio some showers, and then further off to the west, they are starting to see some snow. Now, this system will slowly dip its way into our area as we head into the later half of the evening, into the overnight hours. That's going to be sparking up some showers as well across portions of the DMV. And our higher elevations, you guys could see some snow as we head into the evening hours. So temperature wise outside right now, not looking too bad. 42 currently in the nation's capital, 39 as you head over there to Hagerstown, Lexington Park. You guys are sitting below freezing at this hour, 30 degrees, and then as you head further off to Manassas, we're holding on to the upper 20s. So stepping out the door, if you're going to be heading to breakfast or maybe sunrise service, just make sure you have the jacket on hand because it is a chilly start. Now, looking ahead, the next 3 days, highs today will be rebounding nicely, getting into the lower 50s. We'll start to see a mixture of sun and clouds, and then ringing in the new year on a chillier note. Both Monday and Tuesday, those highs will really struggle to get out of the 40s, and then it looks like sunshine will be returning as we head into your Tuesday. So keep it here, Tosin. A full check of the forecast and what to expect heading into 2024 is coming up.
All right, Brittany, looking forward to it. Your time, it is 7:02, and fire officials are still investigating what caused a fire at a Silver Spring apartment building Saturday night. It's the same complex where a young woman died in another fire back in February. Our Dave Laval was on the scene at Arrive Apartments and has those details.
The good news is everyone is back home, as Montgomery County Fire and Rescue reported no injuries in Saturday night's fire. A department spokesman told us the fire started on the 9th floor around 7 p.m. inside an empty apartment under renovation from a previous blaze. The fire is believed to have involved an HVAC wall unit. It did not spread to any other apartments. The 9th floor is where firefighters found the body of Melanie Diaz. The 25-year-old and her 2 dogs died back in February when another fire happened at the Arrive complex. That one forced the evacuation of hundreds of apartments, as 89 of them were eventually condemned. Again, no injuries reported, as investigators are still trying to find out what sparked Saturday night's fire. In Silver Spring, Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Thank you, Dave. And we have an update in that carjacking of an off-duty Prince George's County police officer. Police have arrested 19-year-old Anthony Stewart. He's charged with carjacking, robbery, and theft. The carjacking happened Thursday in Oxon Hill. Police say the off-duty officer and his family were sitting inside the family's car when 2 people approached the vehicle and forced them out. Police say the off-duty officer fired his department-issued duty gun. Nobody was injured. Police are still looking for another suspect in the case. And D.C. police are investigating a deadly shooting in Northwest. Officials say a teenage boy was dropped off at MedStar Washington Hospital early Saturday morning after he was shot. That teenager died from his injuries. Police are still trying to locate the crime scene. And Montgomery County police are investigating a shooting in Aspen Hill. The incident happened on Grand Prix Road off of Connecticut Avenue at about 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon. A man with gunshot wounds was taken to the hospital in critical condition. Police are searching for a suspect. If you are looking to party into the new year, there are plenty of ways to celebrate right here in the district. Some events you can even bring your kids along to. Brightwood Pizza and Bottle is hosting a kids pizza party on New Year's Eve. For $20, your kids get a cheese pizza, sparkling apple juice, and they get to watch the movie Encanto. That starts at 5 p.m. on Kennedy Street in Northwest. Metro Bar hosting a family New Year's party with festive cocktails and games for kids. That event kicks off at 4 p.m. on Rhode Island Avenue Northeast. And if you are looking for something a little more adult-friendly, the Thompson Hotel in Navy Yard is hosting a New Year's gala with discounted cocktails. That starts at 9 p.m. And if you will be out on New Year's Eve, stay alert. That's advice from Montgomery County Fire and Rescue as you make those New Year's Eve plans. Here's what they say to do in case of an emergency. Have a communication plan in case you get separated from friends, and plan a meeting place in case of emergency. When you enter a building, keep an eye out for exits and make sure you feel safe in your surroundings. And if an emergency does happen, react immediately and plan your exit. Make sure you don't re-enter a building after you've left it. And if you plan on drinking up until New Year's Eve, the Washington Regional Alcohol Program is offering free rides through Lyft. They're providing codes for free rides up to $15. Those codes can be used between 10 p.m. New Year's Eve and 4 a.m. on January 1st. You can find the code on the Washington Regional Alcohol Program's Sober Ride website. Anyone 21 and older can redeem those codes in the Lyft app on the payment tab. And if you're going to be riding the Metro is staying open longer today, New Year's Eve. All trains will run until 2 in the morning. And with the Red Line construction done early, here's a reminder that those stations between DuPont and Gallery Place are back to normal. And fire officials are warning people to be mindful before setting off fireworks on New Year's Eve. One firefighter says to watch the weather. He says if it's going to be dry, it's definitely not a good idea to set off those fireworks. Here's some additional tips he had.
First of all, never set off fireworks under the influence of any drugs or alcohol. Maintain a safe distance around it. Always supervise your children and your animals.
Firefighters also suggest keeping a bucket of water or a fire extinguisher handy. They also say to call 911 if things get out of hand. Now keep in mind, many airborne fireworks are banned in the DMV. Well, if you're spending the next few days finalizing your New Year's resolution, you're probably not alone. In fact, it's a tradition that researchers say has existed in some form for more than 4,000 years. A Clemson University professor who has studied resolutions says there's a science to keeping those resolutions. He says a goal of starting healthy habits is good, but it starts with focusing on a short-term streak where you have to consciously decide to take an action each day. He says the first step is to make sure you define exactly what your daily goal is so you can keep track of your streak a little easier.
Everyone can define a streak how they see fit. Not everyone defines a running streak in that same way. But in one way or another, you need to have parameters for the behavior. Streaks also, they have to be perceived by the person as a streak. I think most of the growth in streaks is in the online world because, again, the technology allows you to easily track behavior.
Those are wise words there. That man says having someone like a friend or something like an app can help you maintain that streak. And if your New Year's resolution is to hit the gym, Montgomery County is offering free fitness passes. These Rec Fit passes will give you access to fully equipped fitness rooms, open gym activities, and game rooms at any Montgomery County Community Rec Center. The only thing you cannot access are the aquatic centers. County officials say the goal is to give more people access to staying healthy. Montgomery County is giving out more than 100,000 free passes this year. If you had a free pass last year, it will automatically renew for 2024. And you can sign up for a pass in person at any community rec center. And if you don't live in Montgomery County, you can still buy a year-long pass. It'll just cost you $150. The district is getting ready for the 10th annual Fresh Start 5K. Our morning anchor Corey James explains the event, how this event can help you start the year off on the right foot.
And the race kicks off this coming Monday, New Year's Day at 11 o'clock in the morning, and it's taking place at Freedom Plaza in downtown D.C. Now, the event is free, and people are welcome to run, walk, or just cheer people on. Now, this year will also feature for the first time a 100-yard dash for children 12 and under. Organizers say racers will get special T-shirts while supplies last. Mayor Bowser is also releasing her very own playlist of songs, and some of those songs includes Beyonce's Alien Superstar, Marvin Gaye's Ain't No Mountain High Enough, and Taylor Swift's Bejeweled. Now, you can register for the race online. In the studio, Corey James, DC News Now.